Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Weight of It podcast. It's me, Run with Rose, your host again, and I have a very special guest. Everyone's a special guest, but I have a very, very special guest this week's episode. My good friend Rianne. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rianne. Some of you may know me as jelly.co.uk.
If you don't know, get to know.
Get to know.
So yeah, Rianne is here to talk about a few different topics around weight loss, confidence, surgery, you know, some of those topics that people don't like to talk about. We're gonna get into it. So right, first of all, I've got you some fire questions.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm gonna just give two options. You just tell me what you would do or what you prefer. So running indoor or outdoor?
Indoor. Treadmill all day, every day.
Why?
It's just easier. Running outdoors, I get like this irony taste in my throat.
Ooh.
But on the treadmill, I can do 15 incline, 6 speed.
Okay.
An hour.
Oh, okay.
826 calories left.
Okay. She said you're not her age mate. Like, you lot are not doing what she's doing.
Listen.
Okay,
Come
cool.
train with me now.
for sessions at jelly.co.uk. Okay. All right, cool. Eating in or eating out? And Rianne is a big cook, by the way. We're going to get into that. So that's why I'm asking her this question. Because I know mine is eating out.
I like dressing up. I like the dressing up part.
Yeah.
But I do love experimenting. So I'm going to say eating in.
Eating in?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're a good woman.
I am. But don't show this to any men. I want to go out. Okay.
Yeah, don't be trying to just come round. Okay. And last one, tummy tuck or lipo?
Lipo. Yeah, 360 lipo.
Oh, you even know the word. Okay. Well, that leads us into my question I'm going to be asking every single guest. Obviously, it's called The Weight of It. And I do think everyone to some degree is carrying some sort of weight, whether that's physical or mental, whatever. So I want to ask you, Rianne, what weight are you carrying?
I would say that I'm carrying, I guess, the weight of, do I want to get more surgery or do I want to do things, I guess, the proper way?
Okay.
And just kind of, just trying to decide what to do because it is hard.
Yeah.
Especially in this kind of day and age when there's a lot, like you see a lot, of things on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and you kind of like just think, oh, I want to be like that. And then you kind of see like the healthy eating, the lifestyle, like going to the gym 5 days a week. It's like, oh, I want to be like that as well. It's hard.
Yeah. And do you feel like, so that's a really interesting point that, the weight of, do you go down the surgery route or do you do it like naturally? And do you feel like sometimes it's like you want to be that person that does it, like that wants the natural route or something, but it's
Yeah, I do, because so the first type of surgery I had was I had a boob job, I had a lift. Oh, sorry. I had a lift and I had enlargement. And that's not something that you can kind of do naturally. You can't get bigger boobs naturally. Like you're either gifted with it from birth or not. You have the genetics. Yeah. And I just didn't.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of weight quite quickly as well, which kind of attributed to it.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess losing weight, getting a bigger bum, that's something that can be worked for in the gym. So it's quite easily attainable. Yeah. It's just, you've got to have the mindset to do that. And just, getting healthy is a mindset thing, I think, first and foremost.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And do you feel like, because like Aisha was here and we're talking about the whole mindset thing, and like some people it's from a place of insecurity, but sometimes it's like you just want to have it. Like, where do you feel like you stand? Because obviously, like I said, you've had your boob job, and like obviously I'm going to get into more questions about that. But like, do you feel like it's just something you just want to do, or do you feel like it's a bit more than that?
What, as in mindset of going to the gym?
No, going to like do more surgery, because you said you're weighing it up.
Yeah, so when I did my boobs, I was actually initially gonna get a BBL at the same time.
Okay.
And I just didn't. There was just something was just like, I can do this. Like I can get this in the gym.
I didn't even know this,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to get a BBL too.
So I was going to do like the 2-in-1, and I was going to do it with this particular surgeon because I liked his results for both. types of surgeries, but I just decided to just do the boobs because that was like my main focus. So that was the one thing I kind of wanted to do like straight away.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I've always wanted a bigger bum, so I don't know why I went with boobs first.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also actually at that time there was a lot of kind of like stuff in the media about like Clinic Hub.
Oh yes. How can we forget?
All this kind of stuff. Yeah. So it was just like, Are you gonna I don't want to be watched. You get what I mean? But I mean, I quite easily could have with my boobs. Yeah. You hear that there's stories, and it's not that mainstream of the stories that you hear with like other surgeries. It's kind of like BBLs in the limelight. So so just decided not to do that. But going back to your question, it is a kind of like with the mindset thing of, do I do surgery again?
Yeah.
Because like we were saying earlier, it's like I know that I can get that flat stomach by really working hard, being consistent. And it's so hard to be consistent though.
That's the truth.
And it's like, it is like getting surgery is kind of that quick fix in a way, because even though there is a lot of stuff that comes with like, you know, making sure you wear your faja and you have to eat certain things, and you do still have to work out to, you know, keep it up. Yeah. You still do get your results a lot quicker than it would necessarily, you know, maybe take doing a, you know, a healthier way.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I hear that. And this is why I feel like I really wanted to set up this podcast, because I just want those honest conversations about it. It's very easy to just be like, no, just Rianne, just go gym. But it's like, okay, that's true, but I could also get this body overnight. Like that's the truth.
And I feel like for me personally, and like just honestly, it's like you do see some results from like BBL, laser 360 lipo. Yeah. And they are snatched, like the etching.
Yeah.
And it's like, sense. Could I like realistically, could I get all of that in a gym? Yeah, maybe after like, I don't know, a year or a year and a half. But I want to be in Dubai on that beach, shaking my ass on that yacht. Looking, you know,
with the etching and
everything right there. Like, you know what I mean?
But you know what? I might also like, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, controversial opinion. I think it's very easy to think that the healthy way is the right way. And I personally, that is my personal view, But I also think it's okay to not necessarily want that gym physique.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? I think we have to also, because if you're supposed to like, I'm not saying you should be comparing how someone from the gym and someone who goes surgery should look, but some people might not want that kind of like ab look, like a bit more muscular, a bit more toned and lean. Some people might just actually want just washboard flat and a cinched waist. Yeah.
And it's
that's
true.
Okay.
It's true. And I think what people also forget about is genetics. Genetics play a really big part of how your body looks like, even like post, you know, going into the gym and being like really healthy, working out, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you could, like, let's say you could build your bum, everything like that, and you might have hip dips. Now, you might not like hip dip. Yeah. So you might want to get that
little
rounded out or something.
Yeah, filled in.
But that's just genetic to you. Do you get what I mean? But you've done everything in a healthy way. You know, you've done them Bulgarian split squats. Yeah. You've been in the Smith machine. Do you get what I mean? So,
yeah, I agree. I literally said that I've actually on the last episode that I do think that no matter how much you work in the gym, like I said, it's some things are genetics. Like you can build a bum, but up to a certain point. Yeah. Like you might want the biggest bum, and you might just be able to get like a good sized bum, but your genetics just don't allow you to go that far.
And some people as well, like even like flipping it on its head. Some people really, really like that kind of exaggerated Coca-Cola bottle shape as well. Yeah. So that's what they find attractive, and that's what you find attractive. That's fine. Like to each his own.
Yeah.
So we also have to remember, and I think everyone kind of forgets, everyone has their own opinions, everyone's got their own things of what they find attractive. So, and then genetics as well. So a bit of everything.
I agree. So talk to me a little bit more about the boob job. So like, what was that procedure like? How did it come about? Yeah, like what even happened? Like, you know.
So I had basically decided to lose weight. I was just like, I'm tired of being chubby.
Yeah.
So I didn't lose weight in a healthy way. I literally, what would I have? So around 12 o'clock, I'd have like 2 crackers.
Mad.
These Jacob's crackers, they're banging though. With black pepper.
Yeah.
And an orange. And then about 3 or 4, I'd have my meal for the day. Which would be 2 chicken eggs, literally 2 chicken eggs, and that's it. maybe like a few carrots or something on the side, but like literally was like that. If I decided to have KFC, let's say, it would be like a mini fillet or something like that, chips, but it'd be still around 3:00 and that's all I'd eat. So I was doing that and I'd done that for about 3 months, lost weight really quickly. So I went from a size 14 to a size 8 to 10. And my boobs, I didn't really have the biggest boobs anyway to start with. And they just literally went flat, saggy. And I literally would like tell my sister, I feel like they're like hotel slippers.
Okay, do you know what? What a way to describe your own breasts.
And I do like, and it's really bad to talk about myself like that. Do you get what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just like, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
But I just was so upset with like kind of like what had happened. I was just like, I do not want these.
Hotel slippers. Sorry, like, I'm actually shocked.
And but you know, like the little thin ones, and it's got the little like the little
complimentary
went down to the spa. Literally. So I was just like, I need my boobs done now. Had the money to do it. And I was just like, okay, cool, why not? So I did do my surgery with a company that I'd really looked into. I'd looked up the doctor and I really liked his results. So there was one girl that actually got the same procedure I did, and her breasts were similar to mine to start off with, and how they were great. Like I actually saw her in Marbella this summer, funnily enough, and they look great. As well. He'd done BBLs as well, like those, and I was like, okay, cool. I feel comfortable. Going to him. I looked at the girl who done her breasts, her kind of like story as well, because she had shared it online, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm happy to go and do that. My mum, my stepdad were against it. My nan against it. Like, I was having arguments. I was like, I'm an adult. I'm grown.
Is it? So what did your nan say?
Let's not. Let's not.
Isn't it?
My nan is like so against all of that stuff.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily happy.
Was it for them more the fear of like what could happen?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And obviously that is a big risk factor. So I went with my sister, went to Turkey, Istanbul. It was a relatively like good experience. It was like, it wasn't a bad experience at all. Like I had a good experience. Hotel I stayed in was really nice. The hospital that I had the surgery in was really nice as well. It was during COVID. So actually it got pushed back, the date.
Okay.
Because my flights also got cancelled. So it was that time when the flight paths, they were like saying, no, you can't go to certain places.
Oh, okay. Like the red
and
stuff.
I was just like, please, I need these titties. So so then it got booked in again. And it's, you know what? I actually thought I was gonna die. And because I was so calm. And I'm not someone who's normally calm when I'm like doing something that I'm like really looking forward to. I get like so excited going to Fort Park. The night before I'm like, because the stealth. I'm getting like a surgery that I've really wanted. And I was just so calm. And because and it's eerily calm, you know me. I'm quite excitable. I was just like, oh my God, okay, cool. I'm gonna meet my maker. And I didn't say anything to anyone. I was just like, shit, I just might die. So even like rolling like on the bed, like downstairs to the theatre, I was just like taking in everything, like literally. Me and my sister were being goofy before. I was like, I love you, girl. Oh my God, I was like, I really thought that something would happen.
And you still went ahead with it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, wow. The last thing I remember was asking the nurse, oh, was that the anaesthetic? And she was like, no. And then I went to sleep. I woke up. And when I woke up, I was crying. And I think it might have been like my subconscious, just knowing that I'm awake.
You're awake. Yeah. You lived. Oh my God.
I made it to tell the tale.
No, Rianne, something. You're actually crazy. You actually having those thoughts, and you kept. Do you know? You said, I know. I gotta get this.
But even that, like, that's crazy in itself. And I know there's definitely going to be someone out there that's just like, nah. If I felt like that, I wouldn't have gone through with it.
Yeah.
And I fully hear it. Like I fully get it, and that's also something just to be mindful of, because I think those kind of thoughts as well are what's making me be in two thoughts about getting a BBL done.
Okay.
Sorry, about getting a BBL done. So it's just like, you just don't know. You see people all the time, passing away, and it's such a dangerous surgery.
Yeah,
you know, they can hit arteries.
Yeah.
Or,
there was literally that girl that was she like 20?
Yeah, she's really young.
Yeah, that passed away recently from a BBL. So I think I mean, like I was saying this on our episode, it's the most controversial surgery and also the most riskiest one. 100%. So I get why you're taking your time with your decision. And I think, you know, if you are trying to get a BBL or something like that, where there is so many things that could go wrong, it can't be something. It's just like I just
no.
it. Like,
so and I'm someone who likes to make decisions sometimes on a whim. I'm quite impatient, but I think surgery is such a big deal, and I think she went into septic shock. Now, when you think of surgery side effects, that's not one of the top things you're thinking. You'll think about, okay, I might die on the table, might get an infection, something like that. You're not thinking of, oh, everything's hunky dory, and then I get on the plane and something happens. And then also another thing to think about is, especially if you go abroad, is that you can't just go in or schedule a consultation and go to the office. It's over WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, so, and then if you're going somewhere that might be a little bit on the cheap side,
right?
What is that customer service going to be like? What is that
on WhatsApp?
Like aftercare going to look like? So that's something to be mindful of. If you go somewhere, maybe like, I don't know, Houston, it might be a little bit better. I don't know, but
so those are things that people need to be mindful 100%. Of when they're making those decisions. Obviously, you had your surgery. Listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not just saying this because she's my friend. These little twins that she got done, Tia and Tamira. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This is I mean, do I even know anyone that's got a boob job? I wouldn't know. I don't think
I don't know.
I don't know if I know them personally. But remember when I saw them, I was like, no, Rianne, this is amazing. I don't know if you called me on FaceTime when you were sending me videos when you were in the hotel. And I was like, no, they came out good. Like, I can't, he did a good job. He did an amazing job.
Because at first, they're so tight. They're small. They're high. And I was like, this is not what I paid for.
But I think they still look, because I remember you sent the immediate pictures.
Yeah.
And I think they still looked good.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Say what I signed up for.
I was like, you might need to run it back a little 25% off. Because I don't know. Like, I don't know about this. And then he was just like, no, you know, gravity will get to them. And so basically my skin was quite loose anyway. I didn't have like, you know, strong breast tissue. So he was just like, well, you can't really go to the size you wanted. I think I wanted that to be like an E cup. And he was just like,
is that bigger than this?
No, I'm actually an E cup now. So, I thought, so he was telling me like a D, maybe double D at the biggest. So when I'm like, no, I need to be an E, he was like, be fucking for it.
He was just like, he said, BFFR.
He was like, do you know what you're starting off with?
You know what you are. Okay. So just humble yourself.
Chill, babe, chill. Cool it down. He done a blue ivy. He done a
cool down.
So what's it called? So I don't know how, but we're at an E cup. So yeah, really happy with it. I am really happy with them.
Like I said, it's a good job, and I feel like,
and they look natural. Like so, where gravity has got to them, and where I don't have like the strongest breast tissue anyway, I feel like they're still perky.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really, really do love them. And people actually don't always know that I've had a boob job unless I say, or unless they're aware of my
your story,
surgery journey, because I did share it.
So
like some people are always shocked.
No, like I said, I have, every time I see you, I'm like, no, Rianne, Tia and Tamira are doing what needs to be done today. Like they're showing out and they step out.
And I do make sure that I was like, I pay good money. I was like, get me down.
Get the tits out for the lads. Why not? Oh my God. Okay, so no, and like I said, I'm really happy that you did have a good experience. You know,
because some people don't,
and we can't ignore that.
100%. Because I think when I came back about a month after I'd got them done, someone was telling me about a story of someone who had also gone to Turkey, different surgeon, but an infection happened and they lost a boob. Yeah.
No.
And it's so easy. All it takes is it could be water getting in. It could be that you're not looking after your wound properly. It could be anything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So it's like, and you just never know. Like, you don't know if you're going to be that person.
You don't. And that's another thing. You kind of go into it thinking it's kind of a little bit of that. It won't be me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you just don't know.
You just don't
like,
know.
I give God thanks, honestly, all the time that I'm still here.
Yeah.
Because it could have been a different story.
Yeah.
Really could have. And it's all because of, I wanted some bigger breasts.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. Like, it really.
Do you think it was worth the risk? Like, looking back in like hindsight now.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I can say that because
you're fine.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit biased, but I'm happy with them.
Yeah. And as you should be, girl. Paid good money for that, and they look good.
Thank you.
Sitting.
Thank you, girl.
So you also mentioned how like you lost loads of weight initially, and that's how you like the reason why you went to go get your boob done and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about the weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke about like the things you were eating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna be real. As a girl that has worked in mental health and eating disorders and stuff like that, it's not the most healthiest.
No, I know that.
So I know that for sure. You got to tell me twice. So like, how did you actually feel full when you're eating like that? Because I do feel like it's so interesting sometimes, because like I was congratulating your weight loss, for example, but then I also knew the madnesses that you were doing to obtain it. And it's so easy to see someone's journey, right? And be like, oh, like,
yeah.
But then it's like, you don't know actually
what someone's doing
to get those results. So
because Rose lost weight before I did. I probably lost weight 3 months after roughly about that. I saw Rose and I remember there was one picture, which I think she was in Dubai.
She'll never take pictures in Dubai.
Literally, when I saw you post on Instagram, I literally was just like, yes. So I said, yeah, I want to be like you.
I'm gonna be like you. No, I can't lie. Listen, but Dubai for my 25th, you could not chat for me.
Huh?
I felt too good.
This was Rose 2.0. This was a brand new
Tell him again.
person.
Tell him again.
Brand new.
Tell him again.
Brand new. And like the confidence that Rose was oozing, it was just like, I just saw a whole new light in her. And I've said this to her already.
Yeah.
And it was just so lovely to see.
Oh,
and I was just like, I want that.
Yeah.
And I think it just takes sometimes seeing someone close to you kind of just in a new light, like just great. And it's just like, do you know what? I want that as well. And so I went for it. I was like, cool, I'm gonna start eating this. I'm gonna just do what I need to do.
Yeah, stand on business.
Literally. And so so I was eating 1 meal a day. I was having headaches.
Okay.
Like initially, like the first week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it goes from you eating, if you sort of meals. Sometimes I look back on Snapchat at the meals that I used to make, and I used to think, am I feeding what's it called? You know, what's his name? Junior's girlfriend from My Wife and Kids' dad.
Oh, God.
Like literally, I can't remember his name, but like Calvin. Like I literally was eating meals like him, and I was thinking,
artillery, everything.
Yeah, I look back at my Snapchat memories. I'm like, be a fucking lady.
Can you be a lady?
Like, so I was just like, okay, cool. I'm just changing it up. So yeah, literally. So was doing that, and I was just like, okay, I was getting hungry, and like literally, I was just ignoring the hunger, basically.
Yeah.
And I just before I knew it, I was like size 8 to 10. And what's funny is that when I did get down to that size, I remember getting down to size 12 actually and crying. I looked in the mirror, I was crying. I was like, oh my God.
Like,
and then,
happening.
Yeah. And then I got down to 8 and 10. And I was just like, wow, like, who's this? But I felt really insecure. And no one really talks to you about insecurity when there's a big change in yourself. Because you're not used to it, and seeing like, looking in the mirror and it's like.
So you actually had insecurity after the weight loss. That's so interesting, Rianne, because you're one of my friends who, like, even when you were bigger, I would sort of paint you as like a really confident person. Like, those of you that don't know, like, Rianne has always been a girl that would post like her looks of the day, like her outfits, fashion, all that stuff. And even when you were bigger, like 14.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting to hear that when you got to your slimmest.
Yeah. There was like, don't get me wrong, like there was some times I was like, Beyonce who? I was like, okay, yeah.
No, this girl.
But then there was sometimes I was just like, I look like a stick insect. I literally look like a woodlouse because I was just like, what is this? Like, this is not giving. And because I was just like more or less starving myself and not working out in the gym, I wasn't like building any muscle. I just was losing everything, fat and muscle. So I was just like this. Yeah. And a lot of people as well, when I lost the weight, they were like, oh no, I preferred you when you were thicker. And it's like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, it gets to you as well because it's just like, well, I've kind of wanted to be slimmer and know what it feels like. Yeah. I've kind of got there and it's like you're hearing things that don't align with what is your current life. So there's that. And then like clothes don't necessarily fit you in a way that you're kind of maybe like used to as well. So it's just really different. But I remember one time actually that I'd lost the weight and I went to the park meeting some friends and everyone was shocked. They were like, wow. Like, and I did look different, but I remember that day I took a picture and I was sitting on the grass and I was just like, nah. I said, no. I said, I need to like beef up a little bit. Because I was just like this in the grass, like literally.
But I just think it's so interesting because it's so easy. Like, let's say now you had a fitness platform and you're just showing like your result and everyone's like, oh, amazing, Rianne, like, da-da-da. But like for you, you're still thinking, you're still having a headache here and there. You're not really, like, you weren't eating the best way. And then also the fact that you were still experiencing insecurity, that's just, I just find that so interesting because you wouldn't expect that. Like, you know, if you were talking to like size 14, 16 Rianne and you're like, oh, you're going to lose weight, you would not think you'd feel insecure. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. And it's crazy. I didn't expect that myself.
Yeah.
It's such a weird concept.
And what's your relationship with food now? Because I feel like I think it's such an interesting dynamic because you are such a foodie. Another thing, it's like I'm keep plugging Rianne, but Rianne is a cook, in case you didn't know. I know she's trying to act like she's not doing orders anymore. So if you slide in her DMs and talk to her now, she might
a 1-2 ad hoc order.
1-2 ad hoc meal. But Rianne is a foodie. She can cook it down, and like she knows good restaurants, all that stuff. So like you've got that element where you actually really value like food. Like you're really good when it comes to that. But then you are also now in a situation where you're starving yourself. Yeah. Like what was that all like? Because you know what I mean? Like, you know, for you, like for me, I'm a lazy cook. So I might look at the lamb chops, but I'm not cooking it because I just don't want to do it. But you're like, you know what you could do that lamb chop. Yeah. But you're starving yourself. What was that like?
Thinking all day what to do.
Yeah. Listen, sorry, can I just say one more thing?
Go on.
When I wake up in the morning, after I've like done what I need to do and I'm on Snapchat, you're there at like 8 a.m. seasoning food.
You know, this morning I was just like, who am I seasoning this food up for at 8?
8 in the morning.
You would have thought I had a husband and 3 picnic because.
And sometimes it's not even a Sunday. Like, you know, like a Sunday dinner at least. But sometimes it's like midweek.
It's a Saturday today and I've already done curry shrimp seasoned up for tomorrow.
No, sorry, you don't play with the food stuff. But anyway, sorry to interrupt. But what's that like relationship and dynamic like?
It's still hard. And I'm not where I want to be with like having a healthy relationship with food and like a healthy like total lifestyle. And it is hard because like I want a good meal. I'll be like, and I'm someone, if I have a craving, I need to satisfy it within the week. Yeah. So let's say I'm thinking of mashed potato. I'm not going to have little like mashed potato and like it being like a healthy one. I'm going to have the double cream, butter, like, and it's not low fat, but it's normal butter, Lurpak. Yeah.
Lurpak.
Like, literally.
I got Lurpak money because of living sis.
Okay, maybe a little damn pack. Well, not gonna lie, a little Sainsbury's $2.75. It's a deal. What's it called? But so it's gonna be, you know, a good comfort meal. Yeah. But I do try to limit those. Yeah. When I do eat healthy, I just feel like it's so funny because if I have like a comfort meal or a normal meal, it's like I will make that look good.
Yeah.
Like, my healthy meals literally look like something that they'd have in prison.
No, your healthy meals look good, Rianne.
No, they don't.
Yeah, when you have your little plate and the little garnishing, like I feel like you still try.
Okay, like,
you're garnishing food.
If I'm in a mood to try, but if it's just like a normal thing, like okay, cool. The other day I was like, I'm gonna have cabbage, chicken wings, and like carrots, and I was just like, and I'll do it quick, like bang the wings in the air fryer, boil down little cabbage, carrots, whatever, and it's just like slop on the meal. And I'm just like, yeah, cool, on the plate. So it's just, I don't know. It's really hard. But then let's say like last night, I was like, oh, I want some tempura.
Yeah.
Some prawn tempura. And I literally went out, got the prawns, got all the bits for it. And I made it at home. Which is why I said as well, like the whole cooking, I prefer
Eating in.
aptitude eating in, because I can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even that, like, so I've had like 5 prawn tempuras with like sushi rice, but I already had a little bit of rice earlier on that day. So I knew I shouldn't have had rice again.
Right.
But I did it anyway. So it's just like, and then I feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
And then I'll go like another day and I'll be like, okay, cool. I need to make up for that.
Right.
By not eating like a lot. So I'll have like 1 meal a day, something like really, I guess, kind of healthy, but really, is it healthy?
Yeah.
No.
So in your mind, you're thinking you're balancing it out. Like, okay, I ate like that, so tomorrow I'm not gonna. Like.
And then what's also hard is, so last year I got diagnosed with something called Crohn's, which is a irritable bowel disease. Basically, so it's one of a few types.
Yeah.
And that's something where it's like, obviously, because it's your gut.
Yeah.
You've got to be really mindful kind of with what you eat, because it can trigger inflammation, which then it's like painful and stuff like that. So it's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because you've got to be conscious of that too.
And like oily foods, fatty foods can trigger it. And like, you know, sometimes when you want to kind of like divulge, that is going to kind of cause some irritation.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, I'm not someone that's just going to eat carrots and lentils and everything like healthy all day and just eat really clean. So I guess going back to what you said before, like, you know, the weight you're carrying is like, do you do the natural route or surgery route? I guess stuff like this would like is what's causing the confusion, because it's also like you actually have like, you really do like food as well, like you like cooking stuff, and not just like, I feel like you actually just appreciate like good food. But then if I had surgery, if I can't continue to eat how I do now, that could also affect my results. As well. Do you get what I mean? Because I'm not just going to get a BBL and never get fat again. Do you get what I mean? So I do have to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Wow. So like I said before, guys, Rianne's always been like one of my friends who, like, even when she was like bigger, she's always been confident, whether it's on socials, pulling up to the motive, like, like we're here, like it didn't matter, like. And then obviously you've had the moments where you haven't felt so confident even after losing weight. And now to me as a friend, it feels like you're in your confident era. But like, how did you navigate that whole confidence even when you were bigger, and like to even like now where you're at now? Like,
so when I was bigger, I can't really say that I did anything to be confident, because that's always been me. If you like, literally, I'll put up like Snapchats of like me when I was younger in stage school. Just like I'll be at the back of the crowd and you're gonna see me. Like, so I made my way in the front. So I was just always that confident child performing for the family, like stuff like that. So that's just been me. And you kind of get older, and then you get the other like social factors that play a part as well. Like, you know, I guess, I don't know, like, what's it called? Guys and what's kind of, I guess, popular in the world, what you want to wear and stuff like that, how you want your clothes to fit. So that all plays a part. But I would say just like, if you do not feel confident, I think don't make any rash decisions to like, you know, let's go get surgery or start, you know, starving yourself, even though I know that's a bit hypocritical, because I did do that. But I think if I was going to give advice to someone, I think just take that time out, think about like what's important to you, what's like the right way to do it. Taking TikToks and YouTube videos as well. There's so many like positive videos that will really help you to get in tune with yourself. And just like change your mindset. And I think that will help. As well. And
because I do feel like there's been like, I really relate to that, because I feel like when I was bigger, like I still went out. I didn't like hide because it was like I was big. But then when I lost the weight, then when I put on weight again, I felt it. Like I really felt it. And I don't know if it was, you know, I even ran away from Run Froze. Like I literally disappeared from my own brand, just because it was like element of shame, element of like, like I just like, how did I get to this?
And I'm the same, because like I've put on weight since obviously like losing it. And I'm just like, what did you do?
And
it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm still me. I'm
apart.
still loved. I still have the same friends. Still have the same family.
Period.
Do you get what I mean? So it's just like, what's important is still right there, and
Yeah.
you can get back to it. Do you get what I mean? It's just a mindset thing. When you're ready to lose weight and like, you know, do things, you know, I guess properly, however that is for you,
Yeah.
you'll do it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's just something just to
Yeah, and I love that. I love that because it's so true. Like you can focus, especially like I think with like social media and stuff. You can really then start to feel like, oh, like why am I not like feeling as slim or like looking as slim as that? Or you know, you compare, like you look at pictures of when you thought you were big.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no,
I was actually looking good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So but I think it's so important that you have to remember I'm still me. Like you still got your friends or family.
Because even my birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and I put on a little bit of weight. So I wasn't like that happy. But I was just like, I'm gonna have a good time regardless. Like I look good. I beat my face. My hair was laid. I was like,
yeah.
I said, Eden's gonna get what
they're gonna get what I'm giving
and
you.
I still looked good. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that confidence and that happiness and that feel good kind of like vibe is from within.
Yeah.
And when you are happy, it will radiate. So no matter what size you are, if you're happy within, it's going to show.
Yeah.
So there's always that, because I still feel good. I still feel happy.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily where I want my body to be, but you wouldn't know unless I told you. You wouldn't know otherwise. And that's because I'm actually happy.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that for you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sis.
Let's go. Look at you. Not even becoming a positive affirmation, baby.
Yeah, listen.
I love that. Well, no, Rianne, this has been a great conversation. I think you've really like I said, the stuff that I didn't even know, like about the whole surgery thing. So I think, it's been really interesting learning all of that. And I think, I just wish you the best on your journey, babe. I mean, I'm acting like I ain't gonna see you. Like,
we're gonna catch up.
Yeah.
We're going out to eat.
Yeah. We need to but I do honestly feel like I'm really proud of like your growth in your journey. For example, you actually trying to take gym seriously. Now I do see you actually going gym. You know, to me, you're eating like more nutritious meals as opposed to trying to like do things the more unhealthier way. But also, I think we have to give everyone grace and trial and error. Yeah. Sometimes you try something, you realize it doesn't work for you. It might not even be the healthiest way. Then you're like, oh, do you know, I need to do it differently. And at least you're trying. So,
and I think another thing as well, one thing I've learned with like this like new weight journey that I'm kind of like weight loss journey that I'm going on, routine. I think that's incredibly important, and that's something that I didn't really have before. So I'm trying to like, and I think with the pandemic, working from home, I'm waking up at like 8. Yeah. Before I had like jobs where I had to wake up at 4:30. I had to wake up at 6. And so I had a bit more routine. So like that's now happening again. So I'm making sure I'm up at 6, going to the gym in the morning. And I'm just trying to go from like 3 days in the gym a week to like 5 and potentially 7. We'll see.
So stay tuned.
Listen, I'll be back.
You'll be back. Absolutely. You have to be back. I'll drag you back. But where can people find you? Like, you know, on social media? What's your handle?
Jelly.co.uk. So that's GELLY.co.uk.
Yeah.
And I think that's Twitter is 81jelly.
Really running with the jelly.
I am.
You're really holding on to
Rianne Angelica. That's where it comes from, the Angelica.
Before people are just thinking, why?
Where's jelly from? I'm like, it's not made up. It's actually not made up.
But you know, if you guys love a big little piece of fashion, food, you know, of course, her beautiful face too, make sure to follow. Sis, you will be back here because we're going to do an update.
100.
But thank you so much for coming. This has been an enjoyable conversation. So thanks, friend.
Thank you for having me, guys.